Welcome back to Picking Up Slack.
Picking up slack? What kind of slack? Oh, you mean because I need to get good?
You need, well, yeah, you need to get good at this game because you're like so bad at this game.
I'm a better survivor though, even though I have the same lives.
Surviving
but I have more
doesn't
life
mean
right
anything
now.
if you don't kill everyone.
The best defense is a Zergling rush.
Exactly.
The best defense is a 6-pool Zergling rush.
They'll never see you coming from behind. No, because like at work I'm having to pick up the slack.
Oh hey,
Hello,
look, it's a
what are
weather
you?
control machine. That's why it's suddenly snowy.
Hello.
Hello? Oh, there we go.
It's Wolfman.
Well, the Wolfman. Remember Wolfman?
Wolf-
I think he's actually, maybe he's from the comics.
Wolfman Jackson.
Wolfman Jackson. Remember Wolfman Jackson?
I sure
He's
don't.
a Wolfman. He's
Jackson.
a wolf, man. Jackson? Ooh, that apparently falling ice boulders are not good for you. Also, how does he just summon them from the sky? That's kind of impressive.
He's a professional.
Okay. And he seems to always hit one of us every time. Ooh, how did I take more damage than you? How did I die more?
Because I told you I'm good at this game.
Because you're a professional gamer?
Because I'm just the best.
Okay.
And yeah, at work I'm having to pick up all the freaking slack because my boss went on like medical leave for no reason.
Oh, it was medical leave? Or that's the story? That's the official story?
That's the official
and you're not
story, and
it?
we don't know.
You're not
like,
publicly questioning it?
Like, I am publicly questioning it because it's like I want to know what the heck's going on, but
also it could be medical and it could be like literally an issue of privacy.
yeah, but it's like medical 6 weeks by, so now we're through like the hell week.
You can finish them off. It's all yours.
We're through like the hell week of trying to
Oh no!
of trying to figure out like all the shifts that were like suddenly missing on top of like a bunch of other crap.
Yeah, I broke the weather machine by kicking it.
Oh no, global warming!
Oh, that tune. Spring is here.
Donatello, shut up.
Thanks, Donatello. We needed you to tell us that it was no longer cold.
Is this still stage 3?
No, we're in stage 4 now.
Okay, because I didn't say like stage 4.
It doesn't say the stage numbers.
Yes, it did.
Oh, did it? Okay.
And it says like some stupid like thing like cheddar is better with weather.
Okay. So there's been a lot of like, because your manager had to suddenly go out on medical leave, there's been a lot of like, oh gosh, we have to deal with all of this.
I have to do all the things that I normally do for his job, but I have less man hours of people to do it.
Yeah. Ooh, that explosion kept going. That's a really
It was
a
a chain reaction, if you would.
Oh, I think it's supposed to be a gasoline barrel, which really is a smart idea to put in front of this like busy parking lot, huh?
I mean, that's where I would keep mine in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, it keeps people from parking in your parking space.
So, for some reason, this is the level I remember the most playing this game. Actually, I know the exact reason. This is where I learned the word turquoise. Because my brother kept saying, this car coming up is turquoise, and you'll see what I mean. And you can tell me whether or not you agree that this car will be turquoise.
Which car?
We're not to it yet.
That car's orange.
It's not this car.
These guys are blue.
Abadie. Yeah, they're more of a...
No, if I was green, I would die.
They're more of a sapphire, would you say? Would you say that's sapphire color?
No, they're blue. Like there's only
it's not ocean blue.
There's only like 8 colors, John.
Oh.
Like, do you not know the Crayola colors? Like,
I'm sorry, I had a 64 Crayola box.
No, they only made up to 8. What the fuck are you talking about?
Sorry, Amarith, I grew up poor and even I had at least 64.
Fuck
maybe
you.
Maybe I only had 32. All right, I'm gonna set it off and then I'm gonna go away. Yeah,
You killed a man.
Well, we broke a robot, right?
You killed a man.
As we talked about previously, these are robots and not humans.
You killed a man.
Okay, fine. I killed a man.
Cold blood.
I mean, I have this big staff that I'm beating over the head, so if they are men, I'm probably killing a lot of them. If they end up not getting up.
Meanwhile, I just have toy swords and they just like bonk and
They're
explode.
just tickling them. They're tickle swords. They're dull. They're made out of rubber, and you're like just like see turquoise.
That's how we say.
Is that turquoise? Would you call that turquoise, or would that be teal?
I'd say that's closer to teal. I would ask Jamie. Ask people who actually know art.
Hey, Jamie! I wonder if she can hear me.
Probably not.
She should be in this episode, so she can tell us if that's turquoise or teal.
I mean, I can just show her after.
Jamie, write in the comments. Log into YouTube for the first time in 10 years and tell us if these cars are turquoise or teal or a different color. Robin's egg blue, perhaps?
Once again, John, there's only like 8 colors. Like, there's red, green,
I remember when I was a kid, Crayola did a contest to name that color blue. And the kid that won the contest named it Robin's Egg Blue. And I'm like, oh, so they just gave it to some kid named Robin? Because I didn't realize they meant, like, the bird a Robin. I thought they gave it to some boy or girl named Robin.
Yeah, definitely not like Batman and Robin.
Yeah. Well, I certainly didn't think that Robin, but who knows?
The superior
What
Robin.
are those guns these guys are carrying around, by the way? Like, it's
like the like grabby hand like machines.
Yeah, but then they shoot.
But then it
guns.
shoots bullets.
I think is this guy gonna pull out too?
No.
No. Okay, just the
It's
first
only
one.
when there's two of them.
Okay, so let's wait. Okay, guys, stay put. Stay still. Aw.
Don't use your foot.
Yay, got one. Don't use your foot. Yeah, you're the Foot Clan.
Why are you punching? You should be using your feet. But yeah, John, there's only like 8 colors. There's red, green,
brown, orange, blue.
Whoa, slow down. Red, green,
blue.
Yes, blue, obviously.
Yellow, purple.
Whoa, slow down. You're going too fast.
Orange, brown, and black. Those are the 8 colors. I mean, those were the 8 colors that came in an 8-color crayon box.
Hold on. So, like, you're saying them so fast I can't count. Okay.
Just go primary and then secondary, and then add brown and black.
Okay, primary and second. So green. I
mean, green is secondary.
Red, blue.
But yeah.
Well, those are. Why would they not be primary if they're not on the? If they're on the.
Do you not remember primary and secondary colors, like from
no,
fucking
I know
kindergarten?
Primary, it's green, red, blue.
Green is not a primary color, Amarith. Green,
yellow.
Green is what happens when. Yeah, it doesn't matter who picked that up. We were
yellow. Orange, which is like not as dirty.
Orange
brown.
is yet red and yellow. Green is yellow and blue.
I know that, John.
And purple is red and blue.
John, I know that. Why are you telling me? And then
so red, blue, and yellow would be
purple.
I died, but we knew that was gonna happen.
Then there's purple,
Somehow
and then
you died. Oh, he's what's focusing you.
And then brown. And black, right?
Yes,
yeah.
Amarith, you managed to, in 3 minutes, name the 8 colors I named in 10 seconds. Good job.
Well, you were rushing me. Like, this is very important. Like, they're, like... You're just inventing colors if you're adding colors beyond those 8.
There are 8 colors, just like there are 2 genders, and you can't tell me otherwise. Oh, hey, April. What's up? I didn't see you there all this whole time. We were arguing about colors. That is a big van.
Well, yeah, it had to fit 4 turtles in it.
The turtle big bus. Sorry, you can't.
Ew.
Well, I mean, she did just give him a big old smooch.
Scene 4. Let's get to that secret
factory. Okay, yeah, we are in scene 4. We're on the highway.
That was like double 3.
And I looked it up. There are 7 scenes, and 7 is obviously the longest. So we're not quite.
Is it the longest or is it the shortest with the most bosses?
I think shortest distance, longest time, because it's like 4 bosses. Because you gotta fight, like Krang and then other Krang and Shredder.
Brain Krang.
And probably like the Technodrome and you know how it goes.
Technodrome?
The Technodrome, the big thing that Krang lives in.
The guy?
No, not the guy that Krang lives in. That would be Krang Form 1 probably. I'm talking about like
what is that guy's name?
The big armored sphere.
Like fucking 80s techno guy with the haircut.
I think it has a name, but it's not a guy. It's like an android body. Like I don't think there's an intelligence in there. I could be wrong. It's been.
I thought
forever.
it was a guy much like those things from Star Trek.
Oh, you think it's like a host? No, maybe. I don't know.
Cause like what was those things from Star Trek?
Know what?
Like
comment down below if you know what the deal is with the thing and if it has a name and if it's like has its own mind.
Well, damn it, John! What was the thing from Star Trek? They can't use the teleporter thing because.
Oh, Trills, I think. Yeah, Trills, because then it's the Trill and symbiote. I think Trill is the name of the species. I want to say that Jedzi and Ezri Dax are Trills. And then they like screwed them up in between Next Gen and Deep Space Nine because they like switched their visual with a different thing. Like you've already seen the alien that they do later and they say, oh, this is a Trill makeup wise because it was just like easier to make a main character have that makeup instead. So they like retconned the names and life. Like they basically swapped 2 species. Sort of like they did with Star Trek 3, if you've heard about that.
No, what happened in Star Trek 3? Was that the one with the whales?
No, that was the one where they resurrect Spock, which you've probably never seen. It's not that good. It's not terrible. It's got one of the funniest scenes ever because Captain Kirk steals the Enterprise, or no, they steal the Excelsior. They steal a starship. They fight like half a dozen people just steal like a 500 crew, most expensive flagship starship in the fleet. And
why do they do this?
It's totally believable and makes sense because they want to go resurrect Spock and no one believes they can do it. Because
wait, why is Spock dead?
He dies in Wrath of Khan.
Why?
Because he does a heroic sacrifice to save the ship.
He does the sacrifice play.
Yeah, he does the sacrifice play because that's like one of the big. So one of the big themes about Star Trek 2
is sacrifice.
Is well, it's like the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, and Spock logically knows this and decides to use his logically say okay, only I can solve this and save everyone. So he goes and he does his big heroic sacrifice by stopping the ship's warp core from melting down or whatever. And then he dies. And then Star Trek 3, which you would think this would be a terrible concept because Spock is dead now. In fact, the director from Star Trek 2 refused to come back for Star Trek 3. He's like, well, if you're just gonna unkill the guy I just killed, you're gonna rob all the meaning from it. But actually, it does it very well and tastefully in a way that you're like, okay, this is okay because not anyone can come back this way. The way that he died was very specific, and the circumstances around his rebirth were very specific. And it's like, fine, this is okay. We can accept this. At least that's how I feel. Some people just flat out refuse and say no. It retroactively ruined Wrath of Khan. I think you can continue now, right?
I don't know.
If you press start. Wait, rest 0? Please tell me the rest 0. Oh, I think did you steal one of my lives? I
stole your lives.
Okay. Well, hopefully we make it through a level before we have to hit continue, because I'd sure hate to restart at the beginning of a section, but we're probably gonna have to.
We're probably gonna have to.
We're probably gonna have to.
Depending on how many more freaking...
Yeah, so in Star Trek 3, 1, they steal a ship, and 2, they revive Spock, and what was the point of this? What was I
We were talking about trills or something?
Oh, yeah. So in Star Trek 3, the bad guys were originally going to be Romulans because it revolves around a bird of prey, which was originally a Romulan ship, and the fact that it can cloak is plot relevant. And at this time in Star Trek canon, only Romulans had cloaking technology that the Federation knew. And Leonard Nimoy convinced them that 1, Klingon makeup is cheaper, and 2, Klingons look more theatrical. Leonard Nimoy directed Star Trek 3 because the guy who directed 2, Nick Meyer, refused.
Right. And we wanted to bring his character back.
And by the way the contracts were written because of that. That's why William Shatner got to direct Star Trek 5 was because they let Nimoy direct Star Trek 3 and 4. So anyway,
was Star Trek 5 bad?
Star Trek 5 is bad. It has good parts. It has a few really good parts, but it's in general bad because 1, it was filmed and produced during a writer's strike, and 2, William Shatner just cannot direct. He's not the worst director, but
my God.
But he was the worst director to date in Star Trek, and the rest of it, he couldn't save it based off of everything else that was going on. And plus he was a little vain. He wanted Kirk to be the center, and he wanted to be I'm so smart, I figured out the thing, and I don't know, it's hard to you can find deep dives. I'm getting a little off topic. All right, we got to keep this episode going to see what happens here, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm currently permadead, so...
Okay, you cannot press start or select, correct?
I am pressing start and select.
Okay.
They are not doing anything.
That's what I meant. So
that's very different from you cannot press start and select.
All right, well, since you're sidelined for a sec, what do you got going on? Yeah, that was the point. So he convinced them to swap them out. So now Klingons have birds of prey and cloaking technology because of that. Okay. And honestly, it didn't hurt the show that bad, other than it doesn't thematically make sense that Klingons have cloaking because their philosophy is honorable combat warrior, blah blah blah. Now the way that they retcon that is they just say, well, it's honorable if you tell them you're going to be hiding. If you establish, if you
yell surprise.
Yeah. Well, it's more of if you say, hey, I can surprise you at any time. I can come out of the shadows, and I'm warning you that I can come out of the shadows and I can be anywhere. That's a little different than Pearl Harboring you and just coming out of nowhere. Which, by the way, Klingons very strongly early on mimicked after aggressive World War II era Japanese society, and 2, or pre-World War II society. Oh, cool! I just barely made it. Nice.
Yay.
Yay. Let's see if you can. Oh, well, let's see how far I can make it. Is this the boss?
I think that's the boss.
Because if this is the boss, then I don't see myself beating him though.
All you have to do is not get hit.
All right. Well, maybe.
Just the usual mantra.
Okay, he was definitely not the boss. So you know what? Let's pick this up. Well, okay. First, let me finish. Something Klingons. Oh yeah, no, that was it.
Next time on the branch.
Sure. Next time on the branch. Kill more helicopters.